So, Nigga, I feel like chicks need to respect the men they're with. Otherwise, it just like falls apart or it leads to unhealthy, exploitative relationships. And like, I feel like it's basically true in business as well. Like, if you're not respected in the workplace, you're not gonna have a good time. And it's sort of like, in terms of, I guess, respect, I care about it. And I feel like, the whole idea of gangsters and respect, like gangsters care about respect. I feel like that is probably because respect, like, it's important for business, it's important for relationships. And like, if you're not about uh, respect, then you're about disrespect, then, I think. And in terms of being about disrespect, like, that's all about deceit, I think, because you're deceiving yourself. Like, you're deceiving yourself and you're deceiving others. I don't even think you're deceiving yourself in the sense that these people probably know people are worthy of respect just by being like beings at a base level. I don't know though. It's hard. Like, it's something I want to like just analyze and get more into right now because like do the disrespectful people know that they are deceiving themselves? Maybe because like I feel like I'm gonna just go with this and like just explain this for myself rather than making it a product for others. Like, in terms of disrespectful people being deceivers, like, I guess I want to ascertain if they are deceiving themselves, because it's kind of like guilty or innocent. Like, it's like the notion of ignorance being bliss. Like, the repercussions and implications of having like a pure intent, and if you're ignorant of the repercussions or consequences of certain actions, if your intent was like honest and good and like virtuous and pure, like, and the repercussions were not like positive, then I don't know, like, that's not really, I don't know, just with deceit and intent, like, if the intent is to deceive, I don't know, so many threads going on, like, in terms of, like, I guess, taking action, and, like, can you even have a negative consequence? Like, what if acting with a pure intent only has positive repercussions in reality? And, like, it's kind of like energy amplifying, right? Like, you get out what you put in. Like, you put out positive energy, like intent-driven action that's positive in nature. It will probably like give you back positive energy. So, and also like, it's just sort of like, it just makes sense. Like, positivity begets positivity. Snowball effect and compounding interest sort of thing. So maybe it doesn't even matter if these people are deceiving themselves, because if they're being disrespectful to other people, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll just finish this and then I'll get into something else. So if people are disrespecting others and that's a lie, like people are worthy of respect, and if you're being disrespectful, you're lying, you're deceiving, and like, so I guess it matters, like, are these people intentionally being disrespectful in this, like, whatever the fuck I'm going on about, or or are they like just being ignorant and like just like, I don't know, it's hard to say, because people can be, I guess, rude and vulgar and stuff, and like treat others like poorly. Does that mean they're disrespectful? Probably if they're not being respectful. And like definitely all that is aligned with what I'd imagine a disrespectful person being like to others. So I guess regard comes into it a lot. Like the regard you have for another person. I guess, yeah, regard really. Regard comes into it. And in terms of being disrespectful, let's say like you're a respectful person and someone is being disrespectful to you, then how do you handle that disrespectful person? If you do something in response to their disrespect, you know, it probably has to be graceful in order for that like response to the disrespect to be justified. So I guess justice comes into it as well. And so I suppose since justice comes into it, well, there's regard and there's justice and there's honesty and there's deceit and there's behavior and demeanor. So I suppose that, you know, acting in just ways may be like inherently positive due to the positive intent behind those actions, providing an action is just, it's justified. And if it's justified, that means it's the intent associated with the act is positive and pure, so good. And so I guess given that, perhaps acting in a way that is like callous, you know, like comes from a malicious place, like acting with malintent, ultimately that may be disrespectful. In a nutshell, that's what disrespect is. It's about acting maliciously towards another person. I don't know, just to like think more. Let's say a person came from a really rough neighborhood and they had a really rough upbringing, and like they're just like, you know, they're like a product. No, they're not a product of their environment, they're still themselves, but like let's just say they're like gruff. And like maybe they'll smash somebody like without thinking about it twice. Maybe. I don't know. And like, so like somebody like that, like, I don't know, do they just go around smashing people? Because like how long can they be around in society like that? Like there must be some like, kind of like, anyways, before I get like on another thread, let's say somebody like that who goes around smashing people, maybe. Like, coming from a rough background and like they're not gonna put up with shit. And so to say someone like that, I don't know, I'm just modeling this person now, and I'm like thinking like how they can be justified, you know, being rude to somebody. I don't know, there are rude people in society, I think, who are just rude, like, and disrespectful. And I don't know. So let's say that guy who goes around smashing people, maybe, like he can be disrespectful and he can be respectful as well. So in terms of being respectful, like such a person, like, you know, I'd probably be able to get on with them all good as long as they're not smashing me for no fucking reason, you know, because they'd be disrespectful. And like smashing somebody for a fucking reason, like, are they justified? Do that person deserve a hiding? Like, I don't know, is that a concept? Like, do people ever deserve hidings? Like, and this is where the fucking video is drifting to now, like, deserve, like, justify, like, deserve as well. Do you know, punishment, like, does punishment actually come into the equation, because justice is more about justified and punishment is more about like retaliation. It's ultimately retaliation, and that's something that's pretty military in nature. I feel like militaristic in nature, military-like in nature. And so I think justice is really about being justified. And I think the criminal justice system and the punishments, I don't think punishment is really what justice is about. And anyways, getting back to the dude who may smash people, maybe. Like, so if he didn't smash me for, like, because I didn't do anything to deserve it, okay, well, now I just want to talk about deserving getting smashed. Like, does anybody deserve a hiding? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit like how I view your emotions being sacred. And like, you know, your emotions are sacred. And if you let somebody who is a complete like malicious threat actor cramp your vibe, like affect your happiness in a not positive way, you're letting them win in a metaphysical battle, you know? At the end of the day, it's kind of like you like yourself, and you're a good person and you treat others well. So you'll probably be able to sleep all good at night. And like, that's cool. And you can think and you can write, you know? And so long as you're being in yourself and you're winning the battle of protecting and defending your sacred emotions, they're sacred. You know, you're winning that battle. And it's like winning a battle via inaction, you know? And that's like defensive in nature. And the best offense is the best defense. I don't know, Beyonce.xyz.